Alright, so I'm unboxing a cappuccino maker. My daughter's curious, she's autistic. This is my first cappuccino maker ever, and so this is going to be a learning experience. But you can see it got shipped in a really well done, formed container to protect it in its travels. So as I'm taking it apart, so you see everything's formed nicely in there. So what we got is it's a lightweight espresso machine. And so this is just me unboxing it. It looks nice. I like espresso, but I can't get out as much as I used to, so I decided I'd like to try to make some at home. So it comes with a scoop, tamper, the cup, this, and I'm not seeing instructions. Okay, so it didn't come with oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it did. Hold on. There it is. Just underneath the advertisement. Alright, so what I'm going to do is try to make some espresso, following its instructions, and I will tell you how I did. I'll show you my results. Alright, so I am a coffee house drinker. My wife and I both enjoy our coffees. Now, granted, since I retired from the military, I don't drink coffee as much as I used to, but I still like to enjoy the coffee I do drink. And one of the things I've liked, developed taste for, is espressos and cappuccinos. No, I'm not a very fancy person because I also like my plain black coffee. And so not wanting to spend a lot of money going to Starbucks or Coffee Bean or any other coffee place and pay outrageous sums of money for a basic cup of coffee, I just eventually broke down and decided to get my own espresso machine. Now, my kitchen space is limited and it's very busy. You just get an idea. And so I needed a compact espresso machine. So I came across this one. I'd been toying with the idea and toying and thinking, and I finally got this. Now, I am not an espresso aficionado. I'm not a barista or anything like that. I just assumed the espresso did most of the work, and that you just put the right grounds in there and turn it on and enjoy. Well, I was wrong. So there's a lot more to make an espresso than I thought, and I'm learning. Let me wipe this down. I've been cleaning this a little bit here. Anyway, so first things first, I learned that they're not all the same size. Now, granted, this is smaller. I knew it was smaller, but I had assumed that this stuff right here, and I'm learning the names of all this, but they were all basically the same size. I was wrong. I had ordered a tamper because just didn't think this was going to do it. They always send you a cheapie to go with stuff like this. And so I wanted to get a better end, a higher end tamper that would be more effective. And pressing down is pretty easy for me. I'm a big guy, but my wife's petite, so I want to give her something that gives her more oomph in her press. And I came across a really nice one. And so without realizing the differences in these things, I ordered that one originally, and it got here, and it was everything I wanted it to be, but too big. So this is on the smaller size, which again I didn't realize. there was such a thing. I thought they were all the same size. So I've ended up replacing it with this for now. And this is really nice. Feels really good. You could actually hurt somebody with this. You could with the other one too. I'm impressed how nice these things feel in your hands and how heavy they are. But they're good for like my wife, who's petite, so she doesn't have to press down as hard. The weight of those tampers do a lot of the work for her. So while practicing with this, I made a total of, I'd say, 12 cups of espresso. And I probably wasted about a cup's worth of milk learning to froth. That's not as easy as it looks. If you have no familiarization with frothing, you really got to pay attention to the instructions, and you just got to get past the assumption stage. It's a learned technique, but I've gotten better at it. I've made quite a bit of a mess doing it. There were just some things that said, oh, well, it's just like you just do this. Well, there's a lot of assumptions you can make with the espresso, and that's the problem. Don't make any assumptions. Just go research, read, learn, and watch other people and see what mistakes they made. It would make your life a lot easier. So we drank all the espresso. We didn't waste any of that. And we drank most of the milk. It just wasn't as good as it should have been. With that said, my wife really liked the results of this. I like the results of this. Now learning that this is a little bit more complicated than I thought, I'm paying more attention. I'm researching, making sure I get the right sizes of everything. I don't make the mistake again. And I'm ordering a tamping box. I ordered a tamping box appropriate for this, so I can organize all this stuff. Right now everything sits on top. And so, yeah, you're like, well, you don't need a tamping box. You don't need that organizer. You don't. Really, you don't. But unless you've got a designated place in your drawers for everything, it keeps everything in one spot, nice and neat, which keeps my wife happy. Because I just expanded our whole coffee arena. I got single serve for myself because I have a different schedule than my wife. My wife's got the bigger one now that's dedicated to her with the family on the side. Plus, if we got big organization, we got a large coffee pot. Yeah, coffee is a big thing in our family. Not as much with me as I've gotten older, but I still like to have my little spoiled time. I like to have my little drinks here and there. Nothing too outrageous, but a nice black espresso with a little froth milk in there never hurts anything. But I have to keep the stuff organized, so I've been getting stuff for the espresso that might be considered a luxury item, but the purpose of it is for organization and to keep the wife happy. And so far, this is easy to clean. Everything about this. The tank and stuff is easy to deal with. I learned, pay attention to this. Once you start frothing, this is how you want to handle things. I wasn't quite sure what the concept of this was when I first got it. Thought it was just some stylish thing. But those of you who know this thing gets hot. This is where the steam comes through, and it only takes a little common sense to figure out that's what's going to be the case. But when you get a little excited and you get ahead of yourself, you're not thinking about it. Fortunately for me, I did not make a mistake, because when I was doing my first frothing, I realized that steam, from my military experience, means it's coming out of a hot piece of metal. So I realized then what this was for before I made any mistake. Anyway, it's a great little espresso maker, and it fits in the corner. It's got its little home right there. That's where it's going to be. And I think it's a welcome addition to the house. And I'm really, really happy with it. I'm looking forward to many more cups of espresso, and the amount of money that I will save using this instead of going to a coffee shop is going to more than pay for this in no time at all. I think you'll be happy with it, especially if you've got limited amount of space but you still want an espresso maker. This thing is great for you. I'm really pleased.
Alright, so I'm going to go with 15 grams of beans. And I'm going to put it in on the Ode Philo 2. I've got the thing set at a grind setting of 2. Got the little collar thing on there. Nice and even. So, when you take the little screen thing off here, you can see that it's looking pretty okay. It's it's kind of a little dry, which is what you're looking for. If you put in too little grounds, then it'll come out looking real like muddy. But anyway, I'll knock that out here in just a second. But here's the final product here. You can see that it's got some pretty decent crema on there, and it's not bad.
Do yourself a favor, steer away from this machine. It's a death trap.
Alright, this is the CHULUX espresso machine, and I was always curious before I bought it, what is the crema gonna look like? Got my assistant here. Just one, Luther. Okay. So we've got just the one. You press the button. It gets up to its temperature. I've had this one for a year. That's out of one. So you see it gets into that espresso range. And then it's a really, really creamy, perfect shot every time. Watch, you see there's a little bit of dark on the bottom, but it's mainly looks just like this. Perfect every time.
I do down. I do down.
And then it pours really nicely into an iced coffee, or you could do it with a steam. Not yet, buddy. A steam wand. It's been amazing for us for a year. There's also a double shot, but I was using a single shot.